Hey, what's going on, Goof Troop? Y'all chilling? I'm chilling at work right now, actually, during lunch. Because sometimes recording these videos at the end of the day, I'm totally sapped of any type of sanity and energy. So I was like, you know what? Well, I got some food in me. Let's do this, baby. And so what you're looking at right now is one Zetar and two scrap hooks. And this obviously is borrowed and inspired from that one build that I posted from G0x2 of Instagram, where he had the scrap hooks, the legs like this, and then for the core body, he used the Dinobots. That's really, really cool. The shoulders, I'd kind of done something similar on my double scrap hook, but yeah, the leg configurations, I totally had to rip that off. And yeah, it's so cool seeing other builders and building their stuff, because it gives you so many different like looks and insights on how to use an ingredient differently. Because yeah, people are different cooks, people are different chefs, and they're just different minded with different perspectives, you know, and it's all a part of who they are. And so yeah, I encourage you, build people's stuff, you know, especially if you're trying to learn and grow. Build my stuff, build his stuff, build anyone's stuff, and just get practice in. And yeah, and then eventually you'll have your own style too. But he's really neat. He is really neat. Initially, I wanted to make stuff out of Paleotrex just because I love Paleotrex, but the thighs were a little bit too thin using this particular just built-in like thigh mechanism. And so I switched it up first to Scent Drone because the gray was matching. But you know, Scent Drone just has a circular bald head. My bad, I'm kind of burping right now because of lunch. Centurion Drone has that bald head versus like Brunt, but Zetar got that pointy, and so that's why we went with him. And I think he looks nice. The color pairing isn't perfect, but I think it's good enough. And in the back, you can see that he has his super cannon slightly modified. Instead of being put together, I utilized the back part of the gun to do so. And he's not terribly difficult to make, actually. The things that you need is one Zetar. You can use one Brunt. You can use one Scent Drone. And you do need two scrap hooks. And so if you get an opportunity to purchase them, by all means, do so. One of the things I realized is like, yeah, these things are harder to find. Well, not him specifically, but you know, the weaponizers, fossilizers and stuff, they're just hard to find. And so they're not going to bring him back. Well, I don't think they are. And so I go out and collect as many as I can within reason. I at least have three of all of them. The only one that I don't have three of is, actually, I don't have three of Zetars. I have two Zetars. Hothouse. I only have one Hothouse, and that was because I thought he looked whacked. But now that I want to make builds using two Hothouses, it's difficult to find, and I'm not willing to pay more than retail. And so it is what it is, in the words of the great Max Holloway, pride of Waianae. Okay, so why don't we go and break him down? I can start taking him apart, but before I do that, I'll walk us and talk us through it. The bottom half, these calves over here, these are made using the scrap hook bodies. Oh, one thing I was going to say, after looking at his, F-Xerox's custom, I can see that he has what's an aftermarket bit in there. He has like a knee joint. He has yeah, he has a knee joint in there, I believe. Because the ports from the bottom of the Dinobot's feet are female ports, and they would connect natively to this, but this over here, this is a female port, and so you need to negotiate that. So he had an aftermarket part in there, but what the cool thing is, it has a knee bend. It has a joint on it. So I'm curious as to where he actually got that. Looks like somewhere in Asia. You know, Asia has a bunch of those like Gundam bits and just, you know, just a lot of like hobby aftermarket parts as a whole. So but anyway, so the build is inspired definitely by him, but also slightly different. So like I said, scraphook bodies turned 90 degrees because this would be the front, and these are the doors where the legs are plugged into. And on the bottom, we just have the scraphook calves, and we're using the little exhaust bits over here to strengthen the back heel. Otherwise, he might be a little bit back heavy, and also you don't want to rely entirely on the little hinge joint on the ankle to support all the weight. Okay, so we have Zetar's thighs, and then we have the little shin gun bits plugged in to kind of give it a theme and beef it up a little bit. And the top, we just have the normal body. We have the scrap hook, the second pair of the calves plugged into the side of the body. And then we have one pair, or actually it's one pair because it's only one Zetar, the arms basically coming down over here. And I'm trying to think, did I utilize all the parts from Zetar? Yes, we have the back bit, we have the super cannon, the guns. I did not utilize the arms from Scraphook. The Dinobot build that F-Xerox did, you know, he's using Scraphook's arms to do so, but I like Zetar's arms, and so just wanted to go a little bit different from that, and so yeah, that's what I did. So here, I'll show you the arms. This is the way the Scraphook leg would be normally. But I've plugged in this over here to the side, and I've plugged this on the bottom of the heel as well, and that just to give this really cool shoulder pauldron. And this is slightly angled up because once you plug this in, it has to rest on the shoulder like that. And so that's just the Zetar arm plugged into that little engine area. The little engine area, so to speak. Yeah. And then again, you just plug that into the side of Zetar, and you just angle that however you want. I know it's blurry because I'm going to bring up the lower half in a second. So this is just the lower half. You can see these are the Zetar thighs with the shin guns plugged in. And this is the entire calf assembly. Scraphook's body, 90 degrees. Hole in the door. Plug in the calf. Flip out the feet. Plug in the wing. And bada boomski, right? Do that for both sides. Nice fits, by the way. Didn't have to use any pieces of paper to reinforce any of that. So nice fits. In terms of the back, we just have the super gun. We have one of the legs plugged in, the back part of the gun, and it's plugged in actually into that weird piece, you know, that weird brunt piece. And actually, it fits right in, and there's clearance on that gun. So I wonder if it was kind of designed like that, because, you know, these Takara designers are geniuses. Then you get that in there. Fiddle with the fit and finish. Let's get them all cleaned up, in the words of the great Bobby Skullface. Then we adjust with the, oops, let me get them all. Cool. Then we adjust the stability over here. You have those little wings, and he's good. I like him a lot. Yeah, he's very, very cool. And yeah, really appreciate F0X02. I'm sure, I think I butchered his name at some point. Yeah, he really appreciate him for sharing his build, which really inspired me to do this one and gave me different looks on how to utilize the Scraphook body. So yeah, very grateful, very thankful to him, to y'all, and to everybody involved in the endeavor of helping this channel grow. Oh, and by the way, if you watch to the end of this channel, you know sometimes I put out some sneak peek and little like tidbits. Yo, Peter Cullen's agent got back to me, and he is going to ask Mr. Cullen if he's down to do the interview with me. Can you believe that? Imagine if he said yes to that, and I get to interview the great Peter Cullen. That would be one of the highlights of my life. That'd be so cool. So fingers crossed, hope it can happen. Let's make it happen, Captain. Send those vibes and well wishes and, you know, thoughts in the air and, or thoughts of the universe. And yeah, pray that this can come to fruition. That would be awesome to have him on the channel. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, okay? I appreciate y'all tuning in, and I appreciate y'all's ad money helping out unbound.org, helping out all those impoverished children and their families across the globe. You're making a difference, and you don't even know it. The seeds that we plant today will never see the fruit that they bear or the people who partake of that fruit, but just know we're making a difference. So thanks a lot. Bye.